That's right. Welcome in, welcome back, folks, to a what, if anything at all, do you take from the picture you see before you? And no, I don't mean my face. You're used to that, unfortunately. What, if anything, do you make? What is your reaction to the photo you see in front of you that is behind me? Edition of the Always Irish Show. As always, you can find the program on YouTube. Do it. Subscribe if you haven't yet. Appreciate it very much. Give the video a thumbs up. That helps me as well. Notifications on that way. You'll be alerted every time a new episode drops. You don't want to miss it. Twitter, search bar, Always Irish Rat. Always Irish Inc. Emails, alwaysirishnd at gmail.com. Audio only anywhere you want me. You can locate the program. Call in line 312-900-8815. Tell Johnny all you heard and seen. Fighting Irish Wire every day. Make it a part of your Notre Dame media routine. All right. Here's the deal. There's a story behind this. First off, spring ball's underway and it's exciting. Seems like so far so good. I don't know exactly what day this episode's going to drop publicly, but from what I've seen so far, after a practice or two, so far so good. So that's great. However, the big talk, day one of camp, I believe it was Wednesday, right? Was about one of the very first pictures that emerged onto Twitter and social media out of that first practice session. And it is the picture you see of the two main quarterbacks up for the starting job, Sam Hartman and Tyler Buchner. Now, this picture first dropped during my live show Wednesday morning. And right when it did, a bunch of people wrote in the chat, "Oh, man, did you see this picture? What is your reaction to that picture? You know, what are your thoughts?" Okay. Now, because the picture came out in the middle of me doing a live show, I didn't have it prepared. I wasn't going to call timeout, pull it up, and do all that. So I couldn't actually see what they were referencing. And I said, I'm going to have to take a look at it after the live show's over. And if I have a response, I'll get back to you. Now I have, and I do have one. So let's talk about it. Okay. Here's number one. When people are asking, what's my reaction to this photo? Number one, I'm always open to the idea. It's a weird camera angle. One of these guys is crouching down. The other one's more upright. The camera guy it's like Happy Gilmore and his caddy, the homeless caddy, tells him it's breaking one way. And he goes, no, it's not. That's just because you have one shoe on. Like maybe the guy's leaning. I'm open. I'm open to a weird camera angle or positioning or something. Now, with that disclaimer out in the ether, and that being said, what's my reaction to this? When I look at this photo, my honest just reaction, taking deep thoughts out of it, all that. This is a grown-ass man, a sixth-year player next to a fairly inexperienced, much smaller guy. That's my reaction. Is it the tattoos? I saw people talking about that. Hartman has some lower body leg tattoos. It's not a situation where I'm just like, he must be an adult because he got a dragon tattooed on his leg or whatever. It isn't that. It's just that looking at the photo, one of these guys looks clearly bigger, stronger, and more established than the other. Just from the photo. And here's the other part of this. You know how I think and try and dive into things at a deep level. All the Notre Dame existentialism we cover in this show, all that. That's right up my alley. It's right up my school, my history, my grad degree, and clinical psych. It all runs into this. Even if I had no history with these people, even if I had no idea who Tyler Buchner was in his backstory or who Sam Hartman was in his backstory, if this wasn't at Notre Dame or whatever, and you just pulled two guys that look like this and put him into any environment like this and then said, what do you think of the picture? My judgment on this is not clouded because of what I know about these guys. I'm trying to cut that all out and just go as a football fan. When I look at this, what do I immediately see? That's what I see. One of them just looks bigger, stronger, more dominant, more established just from the pick, more comfortable, more poised. Maybe that's just in his face, that it's an older face by a few years. I don't know. That's just how it looks. Even with those faces, Tyler Buchner just has more of an innocent looking younger guy's face. Maybe that's a part of this too. But when I look at his face, it looks like a high schooler at a camp. I look at Buchner, it looks like the guy running a camp. This isn't like credit to this guy, rip on this guy. I'm just trying to objectively give a reaction to this photo, what I'm seeing. Even in the faces, one of them looks like a baby-faced kid. One of them looks like a grown adult that as a kid they're picking up at the camp. Now, that's my reaction. I'm not trying to play favorites or whatever. One of them just looks bigger, stronger, and like he's been around a long time, and the other doesn't. Here's the other thing I noticed in this photo. Audric Estime, baby. Ooh! Man, that dude is thinned up. Do you remember how bulky he was when he came in as a recruit? He is really thinned up. And I love it as long as it doesn't cross the line into he's not as durable. He's no longer the one hitting people. They're hitting him. That's the line where it's too thin. He has gotten cut up a lot. And as long as it doesn't take away any of his desire or ability to deliver hits rather than take them, I'm fine with that because it's going to make him more nimble, able to make more moves, and he's not going to tire out as quickly. So that's my thought there. While we're on this and I'm looking at this photo, Audric looks great. It just can't teeter past the line where he's no longer delivering hits. He's getting hit. That's too much weight off of him. So you want to turn whatever he has into muscle and all that. I'm all for that six-pack. As long as it doesn't tiptoe across that line I just went over. But back to these quarterbacks. Like, does any of this matter? Is it fair? Is it just all us wanting to react to whatever media we get out of the spring practices because we're all so desperate for football? And we've been envisioning this matchup in our minds, what this quarterback deal is going to look like. Like we're all so football deprived, we're overdoing it. So I don't know if this means anything, but I would be lying if I didn't tell you what my honest reaction was. One of them just looks bigger, stronger, and more established. That's it. That's what I see in this photo. What does that mean? Does that mean but here's the other thing. You could have this photo up and have Hartman over here looking big and strong with his leg tattoos and he looks like a grown man in the face and all that. What if the smaller guy was Michael Vick? Like, you know what I mean? I could say that about Michael Vick too, and I'd probably rather want him as my quarterback because of what all he could do, right? Like, I'm not saying this is the end all be all, but it is very striking to me the difference between just these two bodies and faces. It's just a striking difference, and it doesn't look that close physically. Should that matter? How much does that matter? I don't know. I just gave the Michael Vick example. It isn't just size. Give me a guy Michael Vick's size, or give me Drew Pine, but with Michael Vick's skill set, and I'm fine with Drew Pine being small. I can't have Drew Pine's skill set being my skill set. That's the issue. So I'm not saying this is the end all be all, but my honest reaction is pretty much the same everybody else had. If you didn't know anything about these guys at all and you're doing a pickup game and they say, which one do you want? I'm taking the bigger, stronger guy that looks way more established and poised. That's who I'm taking, not knowing anything else. So this is just more of a fun fan exercise because it's the first picture that came out in the spring and everybody wants to just have something to say about it, I think. And so here's where else this leads me. Let's get away from the photo a little bit. Let's go off this. After one practice and all that I've seen written about and whatever heard, kind of the practice reports, what got the beat guys are writing, it seems pretty clear to me Hartman's quarterback one. From the articles, even some of the coach speak, kind of speaking in circles about the competition and all that. But almost all the articles, it wasn't after day one. Oh man, this is going to come down to the wire. Which one of these guys? It just feels to me like everything is just kind of, it's a competition, but like kind of in name only. You could tell me I'm wrong. You could tell me I'm wrong. I'm just telling you what I'm feeling off what I'm reading and consuming. So here's how I think this is all going to end up. Hartman's going to be quarterback number one, and I'm going to feel bad for Tyler Buchner. And both can be accurate and true and fair at the same time. Like Hartman has the documented production credentials and experience Notre Dame needs at this point of where they're at to avoid a scenario like last year all over again. And Buchner has the potential and lots of bad luck and bad timing. So I believe Hartman will be the number one quarterback and will earn it off his camp credentials and all of the 5 years of stats and whatever he has built up. And that's probably the right move. And I'm going to feel bad for Buchner about it being a victim of bad circumstance, timing, and bad injury luck for the last 5 years. Both can be true at the same time. Just because I'm supportive of Hartman as the starter and excited about that doesn't mean I'm crapping on Buchner. Notre Dame fans want Buchner to be great. We've been invested in the guy emotionally since he was a recruit in California. We want that guy to succeed. We do. He's just been a victim of a lot of unfortunate circumstances with timing and injury, and that's unfortunate. But I think ultimately this is a good problem for Notre Dame to have. It's a modern problem for Notre Dame to have, a real-world problem for Notre Dame to have, having multiple quarterbacks that some of the fans think can win games. That's a modern luxury Notre Dame's not used to. But my prediction would be Hartman's going to be quarterback one, and I just kind of feel bad for Buchner, and it is what it is. Hopefully they find a role for him that keeps him engaged and helps the team at the same time. So, but this is a good problem for Notre Dame. They're getting more modern. Having some real competition in the quarterback room is healthy. It's good, and I'm glad we're here. Let me know, am I overreacting about my reaction to this picture? Do you guys see something different? Let me know.